Thought I'd do a Kaya Taylor take two. We know she's in water from our last reading. It looks like all cards pointing towards the ex. Well, I guess he's an ex now. The boyfriend. Unless she had two boyfriends. It looked like the current boyfriend. So she's in water. And I don't know this area. It's in Florida. I looked on a map. And it looks like there's multiple water sources. I don't know the names of those little water sources. But I figured we'll just pick up and see if we can get any more information about her to help her mom locate her. I did feel like maybe it's even the mom that finds her, unfortunately, but we'll see. All right, so anything more you could tell us about Kaya Taylor, especially on finding her? Help us get some hints from these cards on locating Kaya Taylor. All right, locating Kaya Taylor. In my head, I saw, I don't even want to repeat what I saw. Locating Kaya Taylor. I feel like that's the boyfriend. And I do feel like he could guide you to the spot. That's what I'm showing. Has he been questioned? I'm sure he has. But I feel like he's the key to finding her. So, tell me a little bit more. That night, I feel like you put her by this water source. There's lots of weeds around it. I could see that in my head. Tell us anything about, like, how about closest known landmark? It looked like kind of a busier area around there, so there would be landmarks, I would think. Closest known landmark. Well, that could be, remember we got something like property the boyfriend knew about? Closest known landmark, which is his property potentially. This is the Nine of Pentacles. This is a area that is, reminds me of an area that's overgrown a little bit, although this is farming in the back. Side of mother's property potentially. There's a house way back there if you look. And this is to me, when you look at it, it looks kind of like an overgrown area. Can't remember how old this guy was. He lived by his mom, with his mom. Tell us a little bit more about where Kaya Taylor known landmarks can be found. That's like grapes and stuff on that card. I don't know if they grow grapes in Florida. I have no idea. Tell me more about Kaya Taylor and where she can be found. It's interesting. I just spotted a lizard on the King of Wands. I know they have lots of lizards in Florida because I used to live there many moons ago. I've lived all over the place. So I got a card that reminded me of possibly like his mom or something like that. Now we have the Emperor, which is a father. And then we have passed by the water. So it's kind of like follow the sun. Follow the sun, meaning the boyfriend, son, to back to kind of his property, his property or his parents' property, his relative's property. Let's just say that because it doesn't have to be an exact parent. Relative's property. We got this before. And then there's water. Is there a well? Because that could potentially be it too. I feel like it's property. Tell me about her being in a well. Tell me about her being in a well. Yeah, here we have mom again. I feel like there's a strong connection to his mother, parents, property. This is mother again. I feel like they need to go look on that property. Even the Empress out here we have this kind of wild grown area, and then there's this little creek-like thing running through. So there's water on one of their properties. They just need to search around the properties of his relatives. This definitely strongly seems to be pointing at mother-father property. I don't know why the police wouldn't have already searched that, but if they haven't, I feel like they need to. Either on their property or very close to their property, because I've been getting that again and again and again. Even the Hermit reminds me of like Father Time, you know? So we've got the Sun, the Hermit saying like, follow the sun, follow this boyfriend. Kind of got, what path did he take? And it looks like path to mother, father. This could be father's second wife or girlfriend or whoever. Because she looks younger. And then we've got the body itself. And then we've got the Empress, the mother again. Grandmother, you know, it could be like generations, but it's kind of relative feeling. I feel like I don't know why they haven't found her yet. It's either on their property or right around their property in water. So tell us a little bit more about Kaya Taylor being found. A little bit more about Kaya Taylor being found. Tell us a little bit more about Kaya Taylor being found. She's hidden. I know she's hidden. We got that before. She's hidden. It could potentially be a well on their property. And I only say that because this is kind of reminding me of a concave like behind her and then a structure on both sides and then like she's inside of it. So what is that? That she's hidden kind of, it feels like inside of this thing, a tube and there's definitely water there. So it kind of reminds me of like a well type structure or something. Wasn't the Kingsbury girl, wasn't she put into a culvert, they called it, which was that circle type thing that moves water from one side to the other? I feel like she's hidden in some sort of thing like that on the property. Again, the high priestess reminds me of, you know, a mother figure, right? Just feel like we need to look at women's property. But we've got a man there too, so father and mother. But I really feel like she's hidden. Tell us about a little bit more about her hiding spot. Let's just ask that. Tell us a little bit more about the hiding spot. Tell us a little bit more about this hiding spot. Yeah, water is there. I don't know if there's like a bridge by there. Sometimes it's going to stand for a bridge. And then underneath the water, we did see her underneath water. And then there's the Truth, the Queen of Swords. So again, we've got a female. Now, there's not that many females in tarot, but there's where you'll find the truth, is what I'm getting. You'll find it in the water. You find it underneath the water. You find it kind of hidden in the water, put into something in the water. Sometimes people put, I know this is gross, I'm sorry. Sometimes people put a body into something and try to hide it, like wasn't Larry Miliete, they thought maybe he'd put Maya in an old refrigerator and then thrown her in the water. And there's just, I'm sorry to be so blunt, but they are trying to locate the girl. And these things are telling me, like, definitely look in the water. Feel like there's your truth. Feel like it has something to do with either mother or father's property or close to their property is where you're going to find the truth of this situation. This case can be solved. I wish they were doing a little harder police work on this one. Because I feel like, yes, she's hidden, but I think she can be found. Let's talk about her being found, because we got kind of a vague, we weren't sure before. So let's talk about Kaya Taylor being found. I wish they could just drain this, whatever it is. Kaya Taylor being found. Oh, he's really got her hid. And he just is very spiteful, this guy. Very, someone like this enjoys pain that he causes for other people. He's he's not a very nice person at all. He harms people, he hurts them, and he's smug and he smiles while he does it. But I feel again we're pointing to, yes, he can be found, and who is that person? Or she can be found, and who is this person? This is the boyfriend. It's like, yeah, the truth's right there. You see how these cards are lining up. I just want you to see it. There's the Queen of Swords. She's my truth lady. When I say can she be found, Queen of Swords is like, the truth is right in front of you. Look at this jackass. I mean, really, look at the boyfriend and look at the places around him. Look right behind him. That looks like water, doesn't it? Look at the water by the boyfriend. Look at the water by the boyfriend's family. That's the water you need to look in. By the person who causes pain and harm. It needs to be done. This needs to be done. By the family and the boyfriend. It's tied to the boyfriend. The property that she's on is tied to the boyfriend. Yeah. All right. Anything else we need to know? Any more advice on this? It's crazy. I'm getting flashes of Maya Miliete in my mind now. Cieha Taylor, that Maya case. That's got to be solved eventually, I hope. Tell me more about the Cieha Taylor. Anything else we need to know? Similar case is what I'm getting. I think Larry did the same thing to Maya that this guy did to Cieha, and that's why she's coming to my mind. Anything else we need to know about Miss Cieha Taylor? Okay. Slow moving case. King of Pentacles is slow moving. There is progress, but it's slow moving. I feel like it's just nothing's going to happen real quick is what I see. And it hasn't. It's been, what, a couple years with Cieha Taylor? But like there's a seed that's been planted in people's minds on what happened. I think people kind of have an idea, and they're still looking into the case, so rest assured they are. It's just not moving anywhere real fast. I want this to be solved, and I think it can be. She's like hidden, I feel like, in a structure in the water. Tell me anything more about this case that we need to know. It seems like the police would have searched around parents, him, his property, parents' property, the relatives' property. Anything more about this case we need to know? Well, there's victory, so that makes me happy. Usually I get this when somebody's found. Just going to take a long time. Let me ask, is there any piece of evidence, anything that could come through in this reading that could help with her being found? Anything that could come through, aside from what's come through already, that could help her to be found? Miss Cieha Taylor. Anything that could come through in this reading that could help this case? Again, we have the lady by the water. It's a cover-up. We know it is, and it's by this young man who's covering this whole thing up. So again, I feel like, yes, she's kind of in water, but there's also this sort of cover up with like stuff on top of her. Either she's in something, she's hidden. He specifically put things on top of her, maybe a lot of brush, debris. It's very similar, though, to like what happened to Maya Miliete, which we haven't found her yet. And the was it Kingsbury? Madeline Kingsbury case, where he kind of like put her in a tube that moved water, and he put sticks and brush all around her and tried to like hide it. I feel like the same kind of thing here. This person's blindfolded by water. There's this hidden, definitely hidden element of not just like put in water. There's like a real effort to like conceal her in this water structure, whatever that is. So you just need to do a little deeper searching. A little deeper searching because he really tried to conceal her. I think he's got a bunch of junk, debris, stuff all over where she's hidden. So, long story short, search property tied to the boy, tied to the Mr. King of Wands here. Mr. I'm going to hide things. I was actively involved in this. And the Hermit's just telling us, look, follow the path that he follows. Look where he goes, which is like mother, father. We've got these two. Mother, father. There's where you'll find your missing person. Throws us back to mother again. Throws us back to concealed on a woman's property, or concealed, the woman is concealed, or she's concealed on a woman's property. Very feminine cards again, the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Swords. That's where you'll find your truth. It's in the water. She's been put in the water, hidden in the water, underneath the water. Who did it? Mr. Jackass, the guy. I'm sorry, but that's what he is. I can see it. He's a real jerk. And then we've got this case is going to move real slow. It's not going to happen anytime quick. She's been hidden, and she's been hidden kind of good in the water. So that's just like a hidden card. People, we got this for, was that little boy? He was found in the dump. Terrible, terrible situation. Just a little baby boy, young. And they, maybe a couple years old. He was young. And so he was under stuff. So she's in the water, but she's also under stuff or in stuff, or, there's other stuff like over her, around her. It's not an easy, like, she's right there. There's this concealment. I do feel like there will be victory in this case, though. Like, I'm just going to ask about that again. Tell me about victory of her being found in this case. There better be. Tell me about Cieha being found. Just looks like very slow moving. Yes, she'll be found in the water is what I feel. She'll be found past, of course. That's the Judgment card that tells us that. There is a possibility that another person could even be found in that water as well. I know that's weird, but Judgment sometimes says more than one person, and this person has harmed more than one person. I saw that here, which made me curious as to that card. But yeah, I think she'll be found. They're going to look in the water. Again, we've got Queen of Cups here, and we've got a female. There aren't that many females in tarot, and almost this whole reading is around females, so I would definitely look on a woman's property. And then she'll be found past. But I do feel like she will be found, and so then they can lay her to rest. There may be some evidence on the computer, too. I hope they're searching his computer. I don't know if he might have done some searches that might give away some of what he tried to conceal here and hide. All right, well, that's what I've got on this case. I do feel like she can be found. I think eventually she will be found. It's a slow-moving case. This jackass tried to hide her, and he's kind of got her hidden, and he thinks he's all smug right now, but I hope karma catches up with him. All right, that's what I have on Cieha Taylor.